we are here at Jantar Mantar to witness the protest by the Christian. Father, can you please explain what's the idea behind the protest?
See, the point is, all over India, our faith is being attacked. We have the freedom, it is a secular country, and then we have the freedom to worship in whatever way we want to. And then we are not, forcefully converting any people. The country has given us the privilege to preach our faith. So that's only we are doing. But just because of our faith, we are being ill-treated, we are being attacked, our worship places are being attacked. Not only in one place, but there are in our country, in different states, we have this. And that's why we are protesting. So silent protest, when we preach our gospel, we sing songs, and then we protest because we think that we are ill-treated by the countrymen of our own country.
What do you think can be the reason like you have been targeted in these 2 years?
See, our people are being targeted. Worship places are being tarnished, and then we are being attacked. I had been to Chhattisgarh the other week, so I have seen many people. And then, they are all our fellow Christians. And that's why we are protesting.
Do you think that it will affect the future generation too?
So we are also encouraging our younger people to protest. They are also here. So we not only as we are Christians, and that's why we belong to this country. So that's why we are here.
आपको क्या लगता है कि आज ये प्रोटेस्ट किस आइडिया से लिया गया है?
ये प्रोटेस्ट इस आइडिया के साथ लिया गया है कि देखो भारतवर्ष में हर जगह में अलग अलग जगह में ऐसी चीज़ें घटनाएं घट रही है जो होनी नहीं चाहिए संविधान के हिसाब से। मसीही लोगों के घरों को तोड़ा जा रहा है, चर्चेस को तोड़ा जा रहा है, लोगों को अपने विश्वास को तोड़ने के लिए मजबूर किया जा रहा है। तो हम उन सभी लोगों के साथ में खड़ा रहना चाहते हैं जो भी प्रताड़ित किए जा रहे हैं, मसीही हो या जो भी हो। अगर आप प्रताड़ित महसूस करते हो तो हम आपके साथ में खड़े हैं।
फादर, जैसे कि अभी आपने बोला कि आप सभी के साथ खड़े हैं, तो इसमें प्रोटेस्ट में सिर्फ क्रिश्चियंस को ही क्यों टारगेट बनाया जा रहा है?
देखो आज का जो मकसद है, हम क्रिश्चियन लोगों में जितनी भी प्रताड़ना हो रही है, परसिक्यूशन हो रहा है, उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए सारे मसीही लोग यहाँ पे आए हैं। इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हम बाकी लोगों को नज़रअंदाज कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे कोई रेस्ट्रिक्शन लिखा नहीं है कि खाली क्रिश्चियन लोग यहाँ पे आ सकते हैं। आप मीडिया वाले हो, आपको किसी ने रोका नहीं। यहाँ पे कोई भी अगर आता है, मुस्लिम हो, क्रिश्चियन हो, हिंदू हो, सिख हो, जो भी हो, अगर आना चाहता है तो वहाँ पे चेकिंग करके वो आ सकता है। किसी को नहीं रोका जाएगा, किसी को नहीं रोका जाएगा। जहाँ तक मैं मानता हूँ, मैंने अभी तक नहीं देखा किसी को रोका गया हो या तो किसी को कहा गया कि भाई आप मसीही हो, बाहर हो। मुझे भी नहीं पूछा गया आप क्रिश्चियन हो, इसकी आइडेंटिटी बताओ। मैं आया, उन्होंने आने दिया। सो किसी को रेस्ट्रिक्शंस नहीं।
फादर, मैं ये भी जानना चाहूँगी, आपको अभी तक किसी भी गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटीज़ से या कहीं से भी कोई हेल्प मिली है?
यहाँ पे सारे पुलिस लोग हैं, तो ये सपोर्ट है, बहुत बड़ा सपोर्ट है। यहाँ पे मैं समझता हूँ कि यहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए परमिशन चाहिए होगी। हम यहाँ पे मतलब परमिशन मिली है, गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस से परमिशन मिली है, तो ये सपोर्ट है, अच्छा सपोर्ट है, गुड साइड।
अच्छा फादर, लास्ट में मैं पूछना चाहूँगी, ये प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है, कहीं ना कहीं ये आगे वाली जनरेशन में एक वायलेंस की भावना पैदा करेगी, तो उस पर आप क्या कहेंगे?
वायलेंस मतलब कैसे?
कहीं ना कहीं प्रोटेस्ट को वायलेंस की नज़र से देखा
आप प्रोटेस्ट को वायलेंस की नज़र से कैसे देख सकते हो? ये अपना इंस्टिंक्ट्स है। जहाँ पे हमें लगता है कि भाई मैं डेंजर में हूँ, तो हम चौकन्ना हो जाते हैं। और ये चौकन्ना होना है, किसी को मारने के लिए कोई बोला नहीं जा रहा है कि भाई ऐसे करो, ये करो। यहाँ पे लिखा है कि भाई जो वायलेंस है उसको बंद करो। वायलेंस तो सही नहीं है ना, कोई भी उसको सही नहीं मानेगा। जो वायलेंस है, वायलेंस है। वायलेंस से किसी को ईजा पहुँचती है, किसी का नुकसान होता है, किसी को नीचा गिराया जाता है, रौंदा जाता है। सो ये वायलेंस है, उसको वो बंद होना चाहिए।
This protest march is organized to raise the voice against atrocities against minorities, especially in the state of Chhattisgarh and many other states where Christian institutions are being attacked and targeted. So we are here to raise a voice. Almost all the Christian, different denomination and Catholic Church is present here to raise the voice against these atrocities.
Father, I want to know, like, a youth is being also came here. The youth has came here too. So you want to say something like you are provoking the youth to bring more protest?
We are not provoking them, but rather we are telling them to uphold the sanctity of the Constitution and the law of the soil. That is more important for us. Constitution is a gospel to the citizens of India. We need to uphold the rights and the rights of every individual, especially minorities. That's the reason we are here. It's not a provocative, but rather a nation-building exercise where we are raising the voice so that everyone could live peacefully and happily in this country.
I want to know, Father, like from recent times, also in Madhya Pradesh, these kinds of activities took place, where protests and also the violence against the church. Can you tell the reason behind it, like why it has been done in the recent years?
I don't know the exact reason behind these episodes and incidents. What we know that incidents have taken place, atrocities against minorities keep happening. That's the reason we are here to raise our voice against this kind of atrocities so that minorities are protected, Constitution of our nation be upheld, and above all, we may work together and come together in building of our nation. That is the
What are your demands from the authorities and the government?
We are condemning any sort of violence that is happening in our nation, especially against the minorities, and at the same time, we are also requesting those who are in the power and the authority to uphold and safeguard, especially the minorities, so that we may build a peaceful nation.
देखिए, क्रिश्चियनिटी शुरू से सभी जानते हैं कि प्रेम शांति का संदेश देने वाले लोग हैं। हम लोग प्रार्थना दुआ करने वाले लोग हैं, शांतिप्रिय ढंग से अपने सारे कार्य करते हैं। आज भी ये सारा पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट जो है, एक हमारा मकसद ये नहीं है कि हम लोग हिंसक तरीके से कोई कार्य करें। हमारा सिर्फ पर्पस है सरकार हमारी तरफ ध्यान दे कि हम भी इस समाज का हिस्सा हैं, भारतवर्ष का हिस्सा हैं। ये भारत हमारा भी उतना है जितना दूसरी अन्य जातियों के लिए है या दूसरे संप्रदाय के लोगों के लिए है। हम लोग बार बार प्रोटेस्ट करने का हमारा कोई ऐसा कोई इरादा नहीं है। हमें हमारे संविधान अधिकार मूलभूत अधिकार जो आर्टिकल 25 में लिखा गया है कि हमें धार्मिक स्वतंत्रता का अधिकार हमें चाहिए। और हमारे जो धार्मिक स्वतंत्रता के अधिकार बेसिकली हम लोग माइनॉरिटी सेक्शन में आते हैं। बहुत सारे अधिकार हैं जो हम तो क्लेम भी नहीं करते हैं, फिर भी जो सबसे अहम हमारा जो धार्मिक स्वतंत्रता अधिकार है वो हमें चाहिए। ये बार बार पास्टर्स को और चर्चेस में अटैक किया जाता है, उनको बिना इंटीमेशन के पकड़ के जेल में ले दिया जाता है। 3-3 महीने बाद जमानत होती है। ये ऐसा कैसा कानून है? सरकार को संज्ञान लेना पड़ेगा।
Can you please tell me the main agenda behind the protest today?
It is in fact the cry of our people, the people who were being harassed for many years, and it is an outcome of that because we have suffered a lot. How far? That is a question before us. So in that sense, it is a cry of people because in democracy, when you cry, then only people will hear, the authorities will hear. So in that sense, I would say that Jantar Mantar is a democratic place where we are crying for justice.
Father, you said that it's a cry of justice. Also, it is mentioned in the Constitution 295 article that if somebody harms any of the religion or any religious place, they should be strictly punished. What are your views on that?
Yeah, the Indian democratic system has its own power, its own strength as well as its own limitations. In Article 25 says that you have the right to propagate your religion. But at the same time, it is mentioned that it should not harm the total, the ethos of that particular place. So this can be taken as a way to oppose any kind of involvement of missionaries. That is what exactly happening. Because the mass group is protesting against, it's a calculated, engineered protest, not the common people's protest, saying that conversion. In fact, conversion is a word that many people misunderstood in India. For Christians, conversion is not one time. it is a multiple conversions, because every mass, after mass, that we are converting ourselves, because we are saying that we have done wrong against you, God, so forgive us. So that is the way of conversion for us. Conversion is not the program of the church. Conversion is not program of any of the, as far as Christianity is concerned, it is not part of religion as such. Rather, it is a process through which that we come to know God more, and we take a decision to live with God. So that is what exactly conversion. But now, unfortunately, we do agree that some people have done wrong doings in the name of conversion. But at the same time, the majority people should understand that it is not that much, we are not destabilizing India, or we are not doing anything harm to Indian situation. Rather, our faith expressions are happening in that way. That we need to understand. That is all.
Father, I've also seen, like when we were entering, we have seen the people from all religions. Is this protest only focusing on Christians or the rights of every religion?
Christians cannot only argue for their own rights, because Christianity teaches us that we need to follow, we need to argue for, we need to bargain for justice and peace in the world. Therefore, you can say that in one way it's Christians, but Christians are trying to pursue the authorities to have justice and peace in this country. So it cannot be. Of course, this is particularly meant for particularly it's a gathering of Christians. But at the same time, the people who are struggling there and they are raising their voice, that is also important for us, because we need to respect them as well as we need to be with them.
See, we are here to express our concern and our protest at the way which the Christian community around the nation is being deliberately and systematically targeted by antisocial elements, by communal elements. And we are here to make our concerns expressed to the government as to how the government's silence is actually emboldening this particular effort. So our protest is peaceful because we are law-abiding citizens, and we believe that the government will listen to our appeal and would make sure that the rule is enforced and the perpetrators are brought to justice.
Father, I also heard about the latest news, like in Madhya Pradesh, attack was happening on the churches and a lot of youth was involved. What are your views on that?
Not just in Madhya Pradesh, today an attack has happened in Uttar Pradesh where they tried to burn the church. I am just coming back from Chhattisgarh, where about 2,000 Christians have been chased away from their homes. So attacks are happening everywhere. Uttar Pradesh leads in the tally of attacks, followed by Chhattisgarh, followed by Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand is there, Maharashtra is there. So it's not just in some states that Christians are being targeted. Barring 3 states in the northeast, Christians are being targeted pan-India. And this is a reality that the government must wake up to. This is a reality that the Indian community must wake up to. Because the Christian community is ingrained in the soil of India. We are Indian citizens, and it is the responsibility not just of the government, but the collective conscience of the Indian community as well, to make sure that the Christian community is protected and that their rights are not harmed.
Also, Father, the youth is being also targeted somewhere in this protest. Would you think like it will go on and the youth has to suffer in the future?
The youth is being targeted violently, yes. There have been a lot of attacks on young people. Anybody, you see, if your identity is Christian, being a pastor is a very hazardous job. Okay, probably the most hazardous job as of now. So pastors, evangelists, and young people, have been attacked. And this attack is going to continue unless the authorities wake up and do something about it. See, one of the problems in our country, I would say in the last 8 to 10 years, is the normalization of hatred. The present dispensation has made very easy for hatred to be normalized, and their silence has encouraged impunity. So, young people, I am very afraid for their future. What kind of a nation are we leaving for our young people? Which is religiously polarized, which measures people by the faith that they profess. What kind of nation are we leaving for our young people? And that is why it is important for all like-minded people, all people who believe in the constitutional values, to rise up and to protest against it. Today we are protesting just for the attacks against the Christian community. But the matter is, all religious minorities are being targeted in our nation. And we need to collectively speak out against that as well.
देखिए, ये एक पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट है। ये पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट इसलिए है कि जो ईसाइयों के लिए अभी जो रिसेंटली जो अटैक्स हो रहे हैं या किसी तरह से उनको तंग किया जा रहा है, उन पे जो ब्लेम लगाया जा रहा है कि कन्वर्जन का काम हो रहा है, वो सब कुछ भी नहीं है। उसके लिए हम ये बताना चाहते हैं, पूरे देश भर से यहाँ पे लोग आए हैं, एकता में आए हैं कि हम ये बताना चाह रहे हैं कि इस तरह का कोई भी ब्लेम, ये सब ब्लेम जो लगे हुए हैं सब यूजलेस ब्लेम्स हैं हमारे ऊपर में। ये किसी तरह का हम लोग कोई नहीं कर रहे हैं। सिंपल सा है, हम लोग शांति प्रिय लोग हैं, शांति से रह रहे हैं और हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे जो बाकी लोग भी हैं, बाकी ईसाई हैं, छत्तीसगढ़ है, मध्य प्रदेश है, जहाँ कहीं पे भी हैं, पूरे भारत देश में सब लोग मिलजुल के रहें। हमारे साथ में बाकी साथी लोग भी, हमारे बाकी धर्म के लोग भी हैं, हम उनके साथ में मिलकर रहें, वो हमारे साथ में मिलकर रहें। हमें किसी के साथ में कोई द्वेष नहीं, किसी के साथ में हमारा कोई मतभेद नहीं है। हम प्यार से रह रहे हैं, अब तक रहें और आगे भी हम प्यार से रहेंगे।
सर, आपने अभी कहा कि आपका किसी और धर्म से कोई द्वेष नहीं है, आप सब एक साथ रहना चाहते हैं। यही फैसला और यही उम्मीद सरकार भी लगाती है, तो आप सरकार से कुछ ऐसी मांग करना चाहेंगे?
सरकार से मैं सिर्फ ये मांग करना चाहूँगा कि सरकार सभी लोगों को, चाहे वो ईसाई हो, चाहे हिंदू हो, चाहे मुसलमान हो, कोई भी धर्म के हो, किसी भी धर्म के चलने वाले हो, उनको मानने वाले हो, उन सबको एक नज़र से देखें। एक नज़र से देखेंगे, प्यार मोहब्बत बढ़ता है, एकता बढ़ती है, क्योंकि हमारे भारत देश की ये है यूनिटी इन डाइवर्सिटी। तो वो चीज़ को आप रखें और सरकार को कहूँगा कि उस चीज़ पे आप गहरिए। कोई भी चीज़ होती है, कोई भी इंसान है, धर्म बाद में आता है। इंसान अगर कोई गलत करता है उस पर एक्शन लीजिए, लेकिन धर्म को, किसी भी धर्म को, उसको आगे करके मत आप ब्लेम लगाएं किसी भी तरह से।
Christian people, which is not good. India is a democracy country. They should respect all religion. When all means, I've been to many countries, America, England, and all these places. They never beat Hindus or other religions. So it's a democracy. So why should in India this is happening? So they should stop. They should respect human being. We all are under the solidarity way, and we are not culprit for our nation. We want to make a good nation. We are Indian and we always be an Indian.
Okay, sir. You also told that we are Indian, which means you respect all the religions.
All the religion. I respect all the religion.
But today you are standing in a protest which is only focusing only on the Christians.
See, why? Because we are the part of India. If somebody beaten Muslim will do all the same thing. So that's why we are doing. It's a democracy. We have a right to do everything. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's it for today. Meet you in the next episode. Thank you.